Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Sandblast, and joining with me tonight is Cornpop on with my co-caster and console on camera. Bringing you guys ESEA Season 26 week one technically, but game two for Swift game two for Swift just rolled off a 5-1 win from Velocity that we did just cast. Awesome performance from Swift. Crazy 5-1. Delpo came in huge this game, so hopefully we can see this again in Cornpop.
Yeah, it's not often that I'm like genuinely really excited for a cast, and this one I'm super excited for because the way Swift were playing last match, if they bring that into this one, they can definitely win this. It's certainly winnable, and taking a win off froyotech would be a big deal, especially this season where froyotech have looked really dominant. I mean, they 5-0'd Ascent, which is usually the team that's supposed to take a win off Froyo somewhere in the season, but this season it doesn't look like it was going to happen, so with Swift stepping up tonight, this could be a really big match, and I'm excited to watch it. Two of the top teams in North America, potentially the two best teams. I would say that's kind of up for debate, but we'll see if they play really well tonight. If Swift play really well, that is, we could certainly. I'd give them that title for sure, because froyotech is certainly not a bad team, and winning or even getting like 3-4 rounds off them would be quite an accomplishment by Swift.
Yeah, I completely agree. Froyotech, being the most prestigious team in the world right now, they are the ones to beat, especially in NA because we face them all the time in Invite. So, kind of getting beat down by them. We want to see the underdogs win. So, hopefully, Froyotech, hopefully Swift will able to be taking this game. I honestly think it's 100% possible with how they just played. If they're able to carry that momentum into this game, and Delpo is able to stay prime, this should be hopefully a cakewalk for the boys at Swift.
That'd be exciting if they could completely destroy froyotech. Usually, if it's a roll, we're like, oh, that wasn't a good game to watch. But if Swift completely roll over froyotech, that would be a fantastic match to watch. Just because it's froyotech getting completely stomped into the ground. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, Swift have been playing really well, but froyotech's a world-class team. They have not dropped a match all season. It's a tall order to completely stomp them. Winning is gonna be hard enough.
Yeah, winning is going to be a tough one. I mean, you did say world-class players, but I mean, you have Garbuglio who went to ESEA LAN, High Five went to ESEA LAN, Marmanuka went to ESEA LAN, 404 went to I-58. You have all these players who've played at LAN. I think the only person who hasn't shown to a LAN yet is Slemnish, especially international LAN. Yeah. All these players have played in an international setting besides Slemnish. So all these players are world-class players. They've played against Europeans. They've played against the best in your EU. They played against the best in NA.
They played with Europeans.
They played with Europeans. Damn, this team's been everywhere.
Yeah, they've got a lot of experience under their belt, and obviously they're a very good team. They've got the coordination, they've got the individual skill. I just don't know if it's going to be enough up against froyotech. It's a tall order. It always is when you're up against froyotech, but I think if anybody's going to do it this season, it's going to be Swift. And here on Gully Wash, I don't know, this is kind of a good Froyo map, which is a little concerning. But I would say after last match, it's a good Swift match as well, or Swift map. So this should be really good. You said last map that you thought it was going to be somewhat passive play from Velocity and then a much faster play by Swift. I think Swift were able to pull off that fast play very, very well. They had a lot of fast rounds, won those mids, and then just pushed in the last. Do you think it's going to be the same story, or froyotech going to want to get more aggressive?
Might be the same story, but again, froyotech's used to this kind of aggression, so I think they're going to be able to easily withstand some of the aggression. So I think Swift's going to have to be a little bit smarter about it.
Absolutely. So we have 12 in the server, so we're just waiting on people to ready up. We're kind of breezing through. We're 10 minutes ahead of schedule, technically, in the doubleheader. This one was scheduled to start at midnight Eastern time, but players are readying up. We don't have all of them ready, so it's good that this has kind of been going quickly, especially because that first map started like half an hour late or something. The first map was set to start at like half an hour before it usually is, so Eastern time, that's like 10:30. Now this one might be starting a little early as well, so everything should be hype here tonight. We're just getting ready to go live, as I said, so should be good. Sandblast is going to help his mom or something. So it's just you and me, Twitch chat, and console. Console's over there, but console's muted, so he can't really talk with us. I guess he could talk in Twitch chat if he has a second monitor. Not sure on that. So we're gonna be going live pretty soon. Again, if I had to give my prediction, oh man, that's tough because I feel my heart says Swift. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say Swift take this. It's gonna be really close. I think 5-4 Swift is my final prediction, locking that in. If that's correct, then Twitch chat owes me a hat. No, you don't. It's okay. I don't expect anything from Twitch chat. It's Halloween coming up, which is also exciting. I want to hear what people in Twitch chat are dressing up. There's a forum on TFTV for what people are dressing up as on Halloween. So that's been pretty interesting to read. I like reading those types of threads. I'm going as a fish. But nobody cares because we're going live. Who knows when Sandblast will come back? But until then, it's ESEA Week 6, Season 26 on Team Fortress TV. Froyotech versus Swift NA. Swift just coming off of a very dominant game against Velocity Esports, one of the top 4 teams in North America. Now they're up against Froyotech, possibly the best team in the world, certainly the best in North America. It's a tall order, but matches live. Roll out this middle point. Delpo is your demo lane coming up against Habib. Delpo going choke, and it looks like Habib's going the same. Delpo is faster, and he had a great game just a few minutes ago. Got some quick stickies on to Shade. Marmaduke Drills is going to be trying to get behind. Garbaglio is going to be going up drop down. Shade's so weak already. They should throw some spam at him, and they will get that. Blaze is in behind as well, and he's going to be right on top of 4-4. Gets that first frag. Garbaglio and Delpo going down the exact same moment as well. So Froyotech showing their experience and dominance. A big pipe from Habib. Going to take down high five right at the end of this. And it's been a really nice mid-fight from Froyotech so far. It's only Slunish Marmaduke Drills. Good, actually, drop-down play from Marmaduke. Just going to secure that quick frag on a Blaze and back off. Slemnish is in a 1v1 against Eric over in Choke, and they're still fighting back and forth. Slemnish, is he going to win this? Not quite. Marmaduke's still fighting, but looks like they're going to take this second point, and Froyotech are going to be in control of it.
Yeah, great play there from, I'm back by the way. Great play from, the guys out at Froyotech, able to find those 2 kills on the flank and instantly take up pressure. But I actually see Shades on crits. Honestly, classic Shade, always running crits to mid, and for some reason, loves doing it. Looks like it's going to be a Habib crits. Hopefully they don't get the Habib crits coming in from River right now. Gonna get used on. Gets 1 kill on Delpo. Gets 2 more kills. This is what, oh my god.
Lord.
Is he going to get the sticks guy? Ooh. Side guy. We didn't see it. We didn't see the Habib crits, but we did get the nice Habib crits, which we all love to see.
Yeah, it's exciting to see it when he doesn't miss the stickies. So, again, a fast round, but not from the Swift boys this time. 2 minutes, not even for that one. Delpo rolling out to this choke. Once again, Habib, the same story, about the same speed this time. Garbaglio's under the point. We'll see who wants to get aggressive. It is Marmaduke Grills who's going in. He's perfectly timed on the Shade. Gets that first frag, loses life for it, but excellent aggression there. Gonna get the medic, and they're getting another one. Eric under point, also gonna fall. Blaze, not a lot of health. So Froyotech not having a good time this mid. Watch out for Blaze on drop down though. They're expecting it 100%. High five, perfectly jumps back, hits that meat shot. So only Saiga and Habib alive. Swift are coming back. They want this second round.
Yeah, nobody has TV live there, but Swift might roll this into second bend on Sniper. Pretty risky spot. If he does miss his shots, I mean, this is pretty much going to be like a 4v5 here. Does get the kill on the high five. That's a good shot from Banning. He's going to try and find Delpo. Slumnish actually, Conan is going to get bowed by 4-4. It looks like Saiga is going to get the kill on the Garbaglio, but instantly traded out for Delpo. But it looks like Swift might try to back out here due to the player disap, but Banning is still in on Sniper.
And they're gonna actually pop it off on a Marmaduke Grills. They send him forward and they try to get that pipe on us, or rocket on the Shade, but the pipe given to Habib and was able to get a really nice one. Now we see Delpo trying to take down Eric over here in this choke area, but wasn't able to hit the pipe. So it seems like the pipe pendulum is kind of swinging the other way tonight. Habib's already had a couple good ones. They're fighting in big door at the moment. Slemish is losing this 1v1, getting some heals. High fives there to back him up as well, so he's not gonna lose his life. But now Froyotech are gonna be looking to get forward if they can. 5v6, Banny did go down on that sniper class, so deciding against it, rotating over to choke. So Froyotech done a good job sawing this aggression, not like we saw in Velocity, who ended up just crumbling if they lost that mid.
Marmaduke already in position in their other team's drop down. They're trying to get ready to force a super. So as long as Saga or Habib doesn't drop down the drop down, depending on how many people they want to take on the super, they will not have anything. But it actually looks like Froyo's gonna back off, which I thought they were gonna take that, especially with 30 ad and on Gully Wash too. I feel like that's something they should take there, but doesn't really matter. Shade's doing some classic trash talk. Tell him to push. Delpo says never. So hopefully we could see some sack coming out of Swift anytime soon.
Yeah, things have sort of evened out. Blaze is in a bit of a sneaky spot. He's just standing next to drop down, so if somebody pushes too far forward, he's in position to capitalize off that. Gets a rocket on a high five, but isn't going to commit. So we're kind of sitting back and forth, and it's kind of up to Swift at this point. If they're going to send a sack in, really they're the ones in control of this game. They're down one at the moment, and they're holding this midpoint. It's going to be Garbuglia going forward, but thrown around the map. It's like I take it down with that shotgun.
Yeah, he almost had a really nice rocket, but got meat shot out of the way. Delpo's going to try and aggress some damage. But Blaze does get taken down by high five. 2 players are down from Froyo. This might opt to push here from Swift. Marmaduke gonna instantly jump and make some space here. But Psy Guy gets 2 big kills from Psy Guy. And he's gonna end up living here, gonna get escape. Wow, big play coming out from the new froyotech pocket, Psy Guy. 2 players down from Swift here, gonna try and make their way through big door. And looks like Sai is gonna try and get ready to take some positioning up top on the 404 and Delpo. He's gonna get a couple, bring out the shot, he's gonna get forced out. Sai might die here, gonna die to Delpo's stick on the point. Uber is in favor of froyotech. He 404 got body blocked in. What does that say? No way he lives here. He's gonna find his soldier friend Garbuglio. Benny wants his man dead. Shade's gonna take down 404 at the end of it all. That was such a sick circle. Again, the fight isn't over yet. There's still players in from Swift. Garbuglio actually made his way onto the medic. Shade gonna be only 80 HP. Another soldier's gonna come in only 45 HP. And then a scout coming in. Shade 6 HP. Delpo gonna try and get the sticky snipe onto him. Oh, soldier! Marmaduke girls who dropped down, gonna find 2 kills. And Blaze is in. He's gonna try and make his way out. 2 great picks coming out from Marmaduke. Like no one expected that one. Not even me or Cornpop saw that one coming because we were all on the eyes of Shade. Look at how much damage he was taking, but managing to live. That was crazy.
Marmaduke Grills, I can't believe he even just did that. Everybody was throwing their bodies trying to get Shade, and I thought it was over for sure, but somehow he gets it. Vanny gets the frag on a Delpo over in lobby, and that's going to be a big thing. There is a backup going on, but Eric not going to be successful in that. Didn't really pull any players back either. Slemnish is going back, fight that 1v1 with him now, and this is a dangerous position for him to take. Meanwhile, the rest of Mario are running forward. High five finally goes back and takes it down, but they got Habib as well, so great job for Swift right now. They just need to keep some players alive. They get another one on to Psy Guy. So 3 players down on froyotech. They've overstayed their welcome. They lose Blaze as well. It's only Shade and Banny. You gotta question what the veterans are doing in this position. They're surely gonna lose their last point now. Habib's gonna respawn, and that could give them some saving grace, but Marmaduke Grills is jumping forward, pushing them all over the place. Shade doesn't have much help. Standing on the point. It's 1-1 tie game. Big plays coming out from front.
Wow, great stuff from Swift, really capitalizing on all the errors from froyotech right there. What I'm hoping for is the amazing trash talk hunt from Marmaduke if they end up winning this game. But anyway, I'm on Habib cam. I had a little too much Delpo right now. You can't ever have too much. But Habib's gonna do a lot of early damage on the 404. 404 only half HP, struggling to try to climb the side right now. Not a lot of position coming out from Swift right now. Eric is gonna find a kill to Garbuglio. Summish is gonna fall to the ground. Eric is gonna fall. 2 high five from Summish. That's a good pick from the scouts there. A high five, really weak, gonna try and survive here. Needs an out, but Banny's gonna finally take him down. A lot of the frags going in favor of Froyo right now. A lot of damage coming out from Habib. Psy Guy is gonna just shotgun someone down, but I think just shotted Marmaduke from across the map. But anyway, Froyo's gonna march their way on in a second here. But again, both medics do have Uber here.
Ooh, Garbuglia going down is going to be really rough because now it's a 2-man advantage. I mean, it won't be as soon as Marmaduke spawns. So froyotech might not be looking to push off this. It's a little tough. Oh, especially since they don't even have second cap. They were still capping mid. I don't expect them to go now at all. But they are sitting back on their last Swift star at least. They're going to push forward and get Psy Guy and Banny all just dying to the Slemnish Delpo damage trap. With this 2-man advantage, they're going to be able to at least poke out of their last. They might even stop the second cap. They're not. Eric's going to get it right before they manage to push out. They're going to recap it immediately. Eric's going to eat this arrow, and now he's in a bit of a dangerous situation. 404 is around there, but high five Slemnish do take him down, so no real punishment from that scout who managed to get in so deep, so healthy. Still, though, sitting back on middle, 100% from both medics. This is a game on our hands.
Pretty questionable play from froyotech. That's not the last thing I'd expect from Froyo. He's getting way too aggressive. Normally, Banny would be like, yo, just played the player at and relaxed, chill. But again, Banny himself and another player got caught out there, which doesn't make any sense to me. And I was able to opt Swift to just come in for the refight. But anyway, Eric is on sniper, gonna try and edge his way into choke here, see if he can get a pick on the Marmaduke girls who's unsuspectingly peeking choke.
There he goes. Just waiting for it, and that's kind of a tough angle, so good on him to be able to hit that one onto Marmaduke girls. Now they have this player advantage. froyotech have rotated big door. This is exactly what they need to do. You can tell they've practiced this strategy before. They got the pick and choke, and now they're over here in big door. And Garbulu is a little isolated from the rest of his team over in lobby. He got pressured a bit, but he should be fine now. Banny's still chasing him, does end up getting that frag. So they're just getting these frag after frags. As soon as they a player respawns, they get another one. Now Banny's fighting on last against Marmaduke girls. He's doing a lot of damage. Has to run back to his team. He's got that scout mobility, so he should be living here, although Marmaduke girls finally gets him. Saiga over on the second point does take down high 5 with a shotgun as well. 5-on-5 is what that makes it, and Eric's in an interesting position. He hasn't died yet, and he's getting pretty aggressive. There's some players in on the Swift combo. Double's gonna take down Blaze, but not after Slemish ended up dying. There's a lot of fighting going on all over the place, but nobody seems to want to commit. Marmaduke Grills goes down to Eric in a really tight angle. He's now looking at Delpo. I think he hit that shot, but it wasn't enough to kill. Finally, they forced him off the supercharge off, and there's so much fighting going on for so long. Sandblast, there's a lot going on here. It seems like it's going to be froyotech taking a lot of control, and they get the headshot Eric onto 404. If Shade lives here, which it looks like he will, this is going to be great for froyotech.
I don't know if you just saw the shot Eric just hit on the Marmaduke. That was the most legendary shot I've ever seen in a fight this entire season. That was actually nuts. Hopefully, our cameraman got that on cam, because that was actually like the craziest shot I've ever seen. But anyway, looks like SVIFT is just gonna now finally find their footing onto the second point, but froyotech is going to immediately try and take that away. But Blaze is gonna do a nice little skip jump out, and Ad is gonna be in favor of Froyo by about 50%.
75 on Shade, 30 on 404, 80 on Shade, so yeah, about 50% as they're going to be looking to poke into the second point. And the way Swift are playing, they know that this push is going to be coming. They're all sort of up top in this area. Banny's walked through choke now. He's looking for those sticky traps. Shade is aiming Marmaduke Grills. Times it really well, but Shade hits the surf, but not well enough. Drops him. Marmaduke Grills is Banny well. Hookie finally gets him with the stickies, but big Blaze in the pocket. Soldier from Swift. Now they've got a leg to stand on in this fight. They're taking a lot of damage. They lost 3 already from themselves. They got Blaze in the end, so 3-on-3 fight. They're just going to lose high 5. Eric also going to end up going down.
Don't do it, Abib.
Delpo, oh, here comes a big bomb in by Saiga. Perfectly onto 404 and does get that frag right at the end of his life. Delpo gets the frag in the end, but Delpo dies in Habib anyways. So really well played from froyotech. It was looking so good from Swift. They dropped Shade, but somehow froyotech are still on top.
That was like the most chaotic, like just soldier bombs and like Habib trapping off the shutter and getting 2 kills and everything. Like, that was just nuts. But Uberad is a little bit in favor of 404. I think Shade is still on Uber. This is around a 30 ad for the boys over on Froyo. Now it just depends if Banny's going to want to take that in. Slemish is getting that level 3 going on. 404 is building that Uber. They just got to play the waiting game now. See what Froyo wants to do here.
I'm really curious if they push this in. I don't think they will, but it's a tough call. 30 is always kind of that maybe range. But just the way Swift have been playing, there's been so many big plays, and since there's this sentry gun, it doesn't look like they're gonna go. They kind of had to go fast. 25. No, oh, okay, I'm lying. They're gonna push in through choke. Want to focus down this heavy, want to get some frags if they can. 90% from 404 now, so he's only got a couple more seconds. Scouts are barely staying alive, but there they go. Both from 404 does have now, but there's a lot of time at the point. Can they even reach it? They are going to get it. Banny ends up going down here. They get another one on Habib. Garbulu is getting these frags, 2 already in this fight, but there's still 4 Froyo players alive. One of them's Eric, and he's hiding. We'll see if he manages to come out, sneak this cap point. There are a lot of stickies on it. It's going to be tough. The rest of Froyo are not in at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really nice Uber coming out from 4-4. Just got it in time, but they would have been able to push, but unfortunately Slemish and High 5 got caught in. Speaking of getting caught in, Blaze getting caught in by Gargugu. Habib looks like froyotech is going to concede. Benny is going to find a kill in London, but Shade is going to fall to the hand of High 5. Delpo is doing a lot of damage onto the choke of froyotech, and that's going to be a pretty convenient push there for Swift there.
What are they doing? That's just the death zone for Shade. Twice now he's died in this sort of back second area. Rest of his team pretty much went down with him. I think only 2 survived, maybe even just 1, Habib, as they're gonna lose middle off this. I can tell that the Froyo players are not happy about that exchange just went down. Bandy's gonna go in for a super aggressive play, but look how smart 4-4 is playing. He knows that they're gonna have a sniper in big door, so he's gonna be standing behind that point. Now the sniper's been called out, they're gonna be rushing in big door, and it looks like that's gonna be where the team is mainly gonna be peeking towards. Bandy's still a threat, they still gotta look out for him, and Marmaduke Grills is taking a lot of damage because of that sniper, but there's still soldiers all over the place. It's gonna be Blaze trying to bomb up, but still fighting on second. Eric ends up going down, and Swift are doing a really nice job on the second point. They're gonna get it. 3 of them are already pushing in. They're over in lobby.
Yeah, I mean, Banny, the only redeeming factor is Banny's gonna get a pick, but other than that, Marmaduke Girls. Oh, this is a huge milk from huge milk from the guys who got shit. But Benny's gonna fall. It is a 4v4 right now. Side guy has just made it back to last now. The Uber's just now ending. It looks like they're gonna try and take this into River, but they are gonna concede and give it back to Froyo.
Benny types fear into the chat, and I kind of agree with what he's saying. I'm not sure that 4-4 had to pop. Maybe he was going to drop his pocket. I'm not sure. Garbuglio dying would have been a very good reason to pop there, but regardless, he had to, and that's going to be a lot worse for Swift than if he hadn't. Shade again gets very low and does have to force supercharge off, but they're at least going to get a couple soldier frags for it, and that's decent. They're going to get the second point as well, so it's not going to be complete dominance from either teams on these kind of shaky pushes, but it's going to end with Swift holding this middle point. froyotech over on second, they could be going into mid, and it seems like that's what they're doing. Banny's already on the point, but he's completely slaughtered. Finally, Delpo's hitting these pipes, and there's a lot of damage going down both sides. Over on the point, Eric's trying to get some time onto it, but Marmaduke Grills is eating a lot of damage and ends up going down. That's not going to be good for Swift. They've lost a lot of health on a lot of other players as well. Blaze did die, but I think froyotech are finally conceding this.
I don't like what froyotech's doing here, trying to aggress there. If like they now, I think they're just gonna push while Blaze is down, especially with this ad as well. Froyo's just not gonna regroup up top in River now, though. No one is on the low ground right now.
Yeah, it's a tough hold if you're the Froyo players. I don't think they're going to be trying to that hard. Banny's going to sack in. Somebody had a nice air shot on him, but surfs it back out. He's not even going to die, so nobody on froyotech dying that. They didn't commit very hard at all, which I kind of like that play from them. They're going to have overcharge for last, so they're going to concede the second point, but it's a 1-1 game, and froyotech are not in a great position right now.
Yeah, again, just going to be another little classic little stalemate. Garbuglio is watching River, so hopefully we can see some nice sacks coming out from Swift, maybe get onto Shade, shut him down, maybe able to keep this. Actually, Garbuglio did just fall. I believe he tried counter sacking in, but he was able to find the kill. But no counter sack yet from anyone on froyotech. I think it might be a little too late. Banny, where's he at?
He's in mid.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a sneaky position. I don't believe anybody knows he's there either, although high five is
they do.
Okay, yeah. So
it's actually really bad right now for the guys with Froyo. Benny's behind, and Garbuglio is chasing him down. Now that Benny's behind, once Garbuglio can like get back to his team, they might push while Banny's down. If they can figure out why Eric's on sniper. Slundish actually 1v1ing Banny on mid. He's so low. Slundish wants this kill. It looks like Garbuglio is struggling to try and clean him up right now. Banny, this might be the end for him. This is it. 20 seconds left on Banny's respawn. Marmaduke is in. He's actually on the combo on the Shade, but a buy shot able to take him down. Shade not even forcing. If he got one more rocket off, he would have dropped there. But high five trying to find a way into lobby here. Slumness pressuring out the entire team from Froyo with the sniper, pushing everyone back to last. But again, the time that Eric bought by getting that kill on Marmaduke, he was able to stop the pressure from Swift for just a little bit.
Yeah, I like the attempt from Marmaduke Grills. I think it was a great time to push on to go for that kind of a play. It was going to be tough for them to push off that one Banny pick just because so many players were still in behind. And Froyo was a little more aggressive, but I think that's the perfect time to go for a bomb. Didn't work out for them, but you can't win them all, and now they're still in a position to push last. I mean, they're not down anything, so they're fine. Eric's in a neat little spot up here in River, trying to push in and shoot players up top there, but he's having a bit of a hard time securing frags. He hit one on a high five, not quite enough.
They're actually going to sack in Garbuglio here, so this actually could be pretty big from Swift here. They might be able to get something off this. Shade does take a little bit of spam, but Waiting to see what Swift is going to try and do here. Eric is on sniper, so not a lot of pressure coming out from any of the guys at Froyo. Just pretty much Eric banking off hitting a shot here. Garbuglio trying to figure out a way to stack with 300 HP. He just now is going to probably commit into balcony. Eric is going to fall, but Garbuglio is going to fall as well. Slemnish might try to make a play here on the Banny. 1v1 down in water. Slemnish doesn't win it. Banny's going to end up finding it. But again, Shade milking the Uber from the bomb from Marmaduke Girls. 3 down in favor of Swift here. But I don't know if you know, but they are actually already fighting. Swift is actually not giving this up for some reason, being down so many players. Delpo is trying to recommit here. Gonna try and pipe both the soldiers here. All these soldiers can die here from froyotech. The high five is gonna find Blaze. There's no soldiers. Slender's gonna find Eric as well. The Ubers get popped up. This is so bad for froyotech. Shade pretty much just dropped Eric in that Uber, and this is it. This could be a round for Swift here. So much momentum. Marmaduke gonna start coming in from up top here. Gonna try and jump on Habib to pressure him. Only 70 HP from Marmaduke though. Gonna get a lot of damage off. Shade overextended. Gonna fall as well. Only 2 players left, and that's gonna be a round 2-1 for Swift.
Wow, that was the biggest bait play. Swift pulled that off perfectly. They sacked 3 players and they all died. They didn't get anything for it, but still, then froyotech pushed out, and you were surprised they were holding, and froyotech was too, and they ended up winning that fight. They're leading in 20 minutes into this half, so it's 2-1 at the moment. Delpo's coming up to choke Beat as well. Same position on the other side. We'll see how this mid unfolds. Blaze gonna be a big bomb very quick on a Marmaduke Grills. He goes down very early, loses life for it, so 1 soldier down on each side. 5v5 is what's going on at the moment. Garbuglio underneath is eating a lot of damage. Side guy just takes him down with some spam. High five is also seemingly in a similar fate. He's very low on the low ground, fighting Eric in a kind of 1v1. Looking to get this final shot. Finally, people are dying, and it's 3 down on Swift, so most of them have backed off now to their second point. Rough win from froyotech, and they're still pushing in. It looks like they've seemed to cut out the medic and demo man. If 4-4 wants to live here, he needs to get 10 more %, and he's not going to do it. He needs an Uber stop. He gets it. Oh, can't pull it out fast enough, but there's still a couple soldiers fighting on the second point. They should probably just get back. Marmaduke's going to go down. They got the deep right, though.
No more deaths from Swift. They need to not all in for Shade anymore. They need to just get an off-class kill. They need to just get a nice beefy off-class. They can't mess anything up. They need perfect TF2 right now. They need to just play it smart and play it safe. Froyo got the better than that mid, cutting off the exit of 404 and not having DV2 be there. Really good for them, but Swift didn't overcommit, which I like to see. So now they're not going to have, 3 down players while the second's already half cap. Banny is in water, or river rather, trying to edge a little bit forward, but like I said, already a beefy off-class command. There's already a level 3 being built. It's already a level 2. High Five is about to upgrade to level 3, and Slemnish is on sniper.
Gonna be waiting for this push to come in from froyotech. 100%, almost 50 from 404, so he's not gonna get it in this fight. Here they come, popping it off now. They're kind of just ignoring that sentry gun. Finally, Habib takes it down. There is a heavy as well. Slemnish up on this class. It gets taken down by Eric, so there's still a lot of frags all over the place. Look at how much time's on point already, though. So many frags going down on both sides. 3 down on each side. Looks like Marmaduke Girls is trying to stay on this point, block it for a little while longer, and they're gonna be using too many players. Froyotech, they've lost everybody, and with everybody gonna die, Shade hits that kill bind. It's gonna be Swift winning that last hold, and they're gonna be able to push right back on the second.
Yeah, that was awesome from Swift here. Marmaduke was pretty much the gatekeeper at that point, just sat underneath water and was able to just not take any damage from the other soldier. He was shooting downward directs at Marmaduke and missed every single shot, but Marmaduke just shot the point, was able to clean him up pretty nicely. This is full out. Eric is on sniper though, so you got to be careful. Blaze actually hiding in drop down, going to retreat. Eric in forward spawn on sniper right now. They do notice him, so 404 isn't going to peek in here, but the bomb from Blaze is going to get instantly taken down. Banny going to also fall. The Uber gets popped off here. It's all up to Habib. They are going to probably catch Habib here with this Uber. He is just now going to escape. He can't jump away. He can't afford it. But Marmaduke going to finally take him down. And the rest of the players from froyotech are going to concede, and they are going to deny the round. Only going to deny Habib here, but this might opt for Swift to push in now that there's no stickies, and that's exactly what they're doing. But they need to be careful because Shade is approaching Uber shortly, but they are going to give it up, which is smart.
There's a really nice bomb from Garbuglio, and he didn't get anything, but he made Shade have to serve to a very unfavorable position. He was basically right next to the point, and none of his team was around him. Fortunately, there was nobody on Swift who could really follow that up, so it was kind of left there to dry. But Shade 100%, they are going to pop straight in through choke. They don't want to waste any time. They're going to get Garbuglio, who's running out through Big Door. Marmaduke Girls as well on the other point, or other way out of the point. Gonna end up getting taken down by side guys. So two down on Swift, 4 still alive as they're sitting on second. Classic push in by froyotech. They didn't really get a whole lot, but look at them now. They're pushing into lobby. It seems Shade's still in big door, and now Swift are coming down. They're gonna get the frag on Banny, and Shade's all alone there. High Five gets the pistol frag on him, but 404 was absolutely alone as well. 404 at least has the ability to right click and make himself all shiny, so he's gonna be at least living. Loses that uber charge, but no big deal. They got the Shade frag. Now they're going to be sitting on this middle point. They got to look out for Eric actually in behind. Got the frag on Garbuglio, and he's looking for Marmaduke Grills as well. Grills is going to get back to that middle point. So great play by Swift all around.
Eric is caught behind though, so this isn't really that good. They are going to be able to probably just get the kill on him. Garbuglio is about to get forward spawn. Eric is just now going to make it back into the other team's lobby. I don't know if they're going to send back the entire team to try and kill Eric right now. It is up to Garbuglio to try and win this fight. He is waiting for Eric. He is in the river right now. Garbuglio did get eyes on him. He is going to try and push out here. They need to find Eric. He is biding so much time right now for Froyo to get set up on mid. But it is going to be Oh, going to take down High Five. Even with the help of Garbuglio. Going to make that 2v1 and going to end up getting the kill onto High Five. But again, 4-4 has slight ad. It looks like they're going to take this right in through big door. Slemish wanting to try and take this cherry dude right into Habib here. They are going to pop the Uber here. They're going to flash it off. Slemish onto Habib right now. Going to get flashed again. They can't find Habib with it anymore. Marmaduke Girls is going to fall. The super is a disaster for the boys over on Swift. But 4-4 is going to manage to escape with his life. Pretty bad HP on froyotech though. So it looks like they are going to try and take a slow reheal while we're pushing here. Double doing a lot of damage, but he might get caught out here. Just barely surviving. Slumdish unfortunately getting caught out here. That's not what you want to see. Now Slumdish is going to have to small it back to their last point. But Banny caught in. They really want Banny to die here. Caught in right now. Habib's going to fall. Blade's going to get the trade kill. Shade is also going to die to Marmaduke. Saigai going to find Marmaduke finally get the trade kill. Look, Garbuglio going to find the kill on the Banny inside. Finally going to fall. Garbuglio going to fall to Blaze rather. And what looked like it was looking so good for Swift here, but actually, Saigai like 12 HP. They almost won that Swift, but they did end up getting they did end up winning that with like only 2 player out, I think, or 1 player out.
Yeah, so much just happened. I mean, Swift did a really bad push in the second, then it looked like it was all lost, then Marmaduke Grills did a huge bomb. They kept their medic alive though, which is really the only thing that matters in the end. 4-4 has 100%. Shade's sitting at 40 right now. High Five's gonna end up going down as they're pushing in through this big door area. Are they gonna pop? That's the question of the day. Doesn't look like there's enough players here really to justify it. Now there is a soldier and a scout up top in behind, and they could go straight to last actually, but it's only Eric here, and he's gonna eat a pint or a sticky even. Delpo takes him down. Blaze as well lost the 1v1 to Garbuglio, so a lot of danger from Swift. They gotta be careful of these back hats because froyotech is going for them. Banny is still on the chase, and High Five completely missed him. Banny's all the way back on last, but Slemish is spawning. Is he gonna stop him? Right in time, he loses the 1v1. Banny caps it off for his team. It's a 2-2 game.
Banny, man, making plays for his team. You're normally not really the big playmaker, pretty much just the brain of the team and taking all the heals. Eric usually one of the playmakers along with Blaze, but anyway, only 3.5 minutes left in this half. This could be around for either team to give them the upper hand in the second half. Slundish immediately getting onto a Beeb. Beeb already half HP, already out of this fight. Marmaduke wants him dead. Sai's gonna find Garbuglio though, which isn't good for the side of Swift here. Slundish is gonna get Blaze here. Marmaduke re-aggressing onto Habib, gonna do a lot of damage. Marmaduke's already staying as healthy as possible with a nice arrow from 4-4, and all of Froyo is stuck in here. Delpo can try and scrap off here, but they need to get Banny off Delpo, and everyone's falling because Saigai had a huge bomb under the point at the same spot, and Saigai was able to just waddle under point, jump up, and shoot the floor.
That was a big DM mid, and now froyotech have to be looking to push into last. As you said at the beginning of this round, there was only 3.5 minutes remaining, and that's not a ton of time. So froyotech are kind of just playing with a free round that they could earn here. So they don't, as long as they play this correctly, they aren't really in danger of losing a round. So they can kind of wait out this clock just a little bit and then push as aggressively as they can to get on this enemy team last. It's very hard to go from coast to coast in that amount of time. I don't even think it's possible really at this point. So with froyotech having 100% uber charge, they're going to heal up their players. They're going to go in 4-4 at about 50, just reaching that mark now. So it's going to be tough. They have Slemnish up on heavy. That's their only off class. froyotech have popped up, running in through Shutter, looking to get their 3rd round in this half, end the half before time can. Now we see High Five and Garbuglio jumping around the point. Slemnish up on heavy below that point. Really not a lot has happened. Marmaduke and Banny are both going to trade. It seems like Froyo are content to not go all in. Ooh, but Habib going down is a big deal because without that, Shade's in a lot of trouble and does go down to High Five. Blaze got a consolation frag onto Garbuglio. but otherwise it looks like he's still gonna die unless he can survive. It looks like, alright, High Five's gonna not be able to chase him, so good hold from Swift. It's tough though if they're gonna want to push this all the way back in team's loss.
It's possible. I think there's only probably around a minute and like 40 seconds, if I had to guess. So this is 100% possible for Swift here to roll this coast to coast right now. They need to make sure they can get in safely here with Eric on sniper. This could easily turn for the worst. Like just like that, able to finally kill the Blaze. Eric and a photo guard blue. This is what they need. They need to start getting cap time right now. It looks like Swift is going to start finally be pushing forward here through choke, and High Five and Sun is going to start denying the cap, but they don't have enough time. They need to start going forward and getting cap time 1 second, and they're already making the way in the lobby. Marmaduke on to Habib right now. froyotech is already back on their last, but Hashade has already obtained 60% Uber charge right now, so this is an all or nothing push. If Swift gets this, they win the round pretty much.
They popped off. There's a Pyro who's doing a great job denying over at Shutter. He's pushing everybody back. Eric finally goes down to Delpo, but it might be too late. There goes a big shot from Side Guy on to 404, and everybody's getting mulched on Swift. They're doing their best, but they got so much time on point. Not gonna matter. Side Guy's able to bomb it. Marmaduke grills very low on HP. Unless High Five can 1v2.
Oh, he wins.
Take down Side Guy and Habib. He takes down Side Guy. Habib still alive, but now he's gonna take down Eric, and Eric off that respawn is gonna be the deciding factor. That's going to be it. I believe we're going to a 2-2 end of half.
I feel like if High Five like got on point there just a little bit earlier while like fighting Habib, may have been able to like squeak out that round, but High Five went right for the frag, even with all that cap time, which, I mean, honestly, in the heat of the moment, I feel like he thought he had to get that kill. I feel like if he just sat on the point, maybe it would have been possible, but Eric could have been up. It was way too close to tell. But this is an excellent match, a lot closer than I expected. 2-2 for both teams in this half, and Delpo still remaining true, 22 and 13. Not putting up the same damage as Habib, but he actually has one more kill than him and one more death than him. So they're pretty much, the demos are pretty much even right now. A lot of the players are both doing amazing for each team. Side Guy actually the man to look at. 29 and 13 with almost 10,000, with pretty much 10k damage in the first half. Side Guy is probably the backbone along with Banny right now. Blaze and Eric, I feel like are kind of getting out positioned by Swift in some of these team fights. I feel like if Eric and Blaze are able to like live a little bit more in some of these situations, they're able to I mean, Blaze has been making a lot of plays. He did die 27 times, but he is making some good plays, though, for his team, getting kills on the Shade, and also, because he actually doesn't have any med picks, my bad. I meant Marmaduke for the med picks. I looked at the wrong stallion, because Marmaduke does have 6 kills onto Shade, but Barbulio is getting a lot of forces and getting a lot of positioning, but sometimes that all might not be a good thing in certain situations, like the pocket for Froyo is pretty much doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now. And while the pockets from Swift, or the pocket from Swift, he's doing work. He's putting in some good stats, especially those 6 med kills on the Shade, which is definitely nothing to nothing to laugh at. But I feel like Side Guy just pumping out so much more pressure and damage for froyotech.
And am I hearing that we're starting the second half already? I think I am. So here we go. Second half is starting. Once again, this is froyotech versus Swift. If you just joined us, that first half was 2-2 tie at the half. We'll see how the second one ends up going. Half an hour on that clock. Delpo going to be going choke to this midpoint. Habib as well, taking the same route. So spamming down the enemy team. Banny looks to be rushing Delpo really early, but he's not going to commit to that. Doesn't want to just plus W into that demo man. Blaze looks to be going drop down, and 4-4 is about half health, but he gets that pack, and Blaze is in great opportunity. 4-4 barely surviving. Is he going to be able to lift this mid fight? That's going to be interesting to watch. It seems like his team's not getting all that he needs to, and everybody's being piped down. Habib gets the stickies and the pipes. Banny finally gets that med frag secured. Eric over on second, still doing work. That was not a great mid from Swift. froyotech are going to be able to use that aggression.
Yeah, I mean, froyotech was super dominant and aggressive that mid. Hopefully Swift's able to recover and relax and post up and able to hold down this last point without wiping the froyotech here. I have a good feeling that they're going to be able to hold this here. Their last holds have been pretty exceptional so far, so I wouldn't see why this one would be any different, especially with this ad. So Marmaduke in a pretty funny spot here, going to be able to hop on any unubered player. Looks like they're going to not...
They get the gun down already, and they're looking to push. They've run in through choke. They haven't popped it yet. They got pretty far. They got a lot of ground for free. Finally, Shade eats a pipe, and he's going to have to pop it. So now they're in. They're going to get the frag on Marmaduke and Garbuglio going down. Swift, or High Five's up on that pipe, but he's going to get back behind the enemy team. There's a heavy as well. Slumnish is on this point. He's still about half HP. He's looking fine for now. 3 players down on froyotech with Habib going down to 404 at the end of that fight means that it's going to be just 2 scouts and a medic back onto second. Eric's looking to still get in, but they've got to check that, right?
Yeah, of course. But I didn't know if you said that. You say that they got so much ground for free, which honestly, in some situations, milking an Uber like that can be pretty detrimental. Like a lot of the soldiers from Froyo were like 100 HP because Uber wasn't used, so they weren't able to maintain their buff. But anyway, 404 is going to bring his team through River right now with full Uber at. Going to start walking forward. Marmaduke, he is going to walk through. They are going to use through. Going to try and take a huge shade. We're going to save Marmaduke at the last second. That's a pretty solid Uber getting in, getting positioning, doing a lot of damage to Froyo, making them back down and do a 3-inch just reset back from mid.
Yeah, now 4-4 is at about 60% Uber disadvantage, so I doubt they're going to be able to hold on to the second point. Would have liked to see them do that without having to pop a big bomb in actually by Marmaduke Grills. He manages to get the frag on a Shade, and I have no idea how he does it. There was 4 players there, and they're all going to fail to kill him before he can kill the medic. Now they're all sacking in for 4-4. They've got to do their best, but High Five hits these pistol shots on a Banny. Habib's going to go down. Guy with the shotgun. Can he get the full 4 frag? No. 404 on a sliver of HP is gonna be able to live, and Guy's not gonna get that one.
Normally, banning the Soldier Slayer for Shade, not really showing off much of the Soldier Slaying. I mean, Marmaduke has just been absolutely destroying Shade in pretty much every situation where he's able to bomb him. His success rate killing Shade while bombing is insane.
Now Froyo are already running over this middle point. They have that sniper and they got a really fast entry pick. They get Slemnish as well. Garbuglio, Habib is hitting so many pipes that he needs to be hitting. Now the pops come off of 404 and they're gonna get the frag on Habib eventually, so good job shutting down that Devilman player. And Shade's pretty low, but he's so far back that it's not gonna be a big deal. Now Shade, I mean, he's calling that he's Uber, he doesn't. They're still over in this middle big door, pushing, trying to get in. Banny's so low, but he manages to frag anyways, and somehow he's managing to get out. He's on 2 HP, running up through choke, and he's gonna get the health pack A-OK. High Five eats a headshot. Now 4-4's gotta be worried for his skull. Guy and Eric both gonna get taken down though, and it looks like the pressure from Swift over in big door is enough. They force Shade. This is exactly what they needed to do. Garbuglio dies for it, but look how far back 404 is. They're super happy with this.
That's excellent from Garbuglio. Was able to force off that Uber, and they took about 20% of that Uber to kill him. So they weren't able to kill him fast enough, and they actually are. Marmaduke, like I said, already on Shade. Shade's fucking hard there. Shade's like 2 HP.
Oh,
but he does end up falling down. High Five.
Really well coordinated by the scout and soldier pair. High Five able to finish off that huge damage. It was good surfs from Shade. Drops to him. 404 though. Oh no, I thought he was gonna live for sure. There was 3 players. Telpo finally hits the pipe on Eric. Nice one, but a little too late there. And Habib hits a big one under Garbuglio. Pushes him down to that ground, dies the fall damage in the end. So a lot of big plays coming out on that middle fight. It looks like Swift are still holding control over it. Although, as I say that, it's kind of nobody at the point at this point. froyotech are maybe going to move in. We might just see another fight here, Sandblast.
Yeah, hopefully Slemnish is able to try and stop these Froyo players from barreling on in. Delpo. Oh, but again, Garbuglio on the back line. Able to get Shade. That was so sick if you saw that jump. That was nice. Slemnish is going to just finally end up securing his team, making sure everyone's healthy and getting in the second. This is a round here for Swift. Not lose this right now. This has to be the round for Swift. They have full ad, or pretty much a 50 ad. There is an NG, a level 3 is going to be built. They have to just get the gun, push with this ad, and win the game. 100% Swift is able to do this.
Yeah, they've got all the advantages in their favor. They're going to have, it's going to be about 60 ad. So they've got a lot of time to work with. They don't have to go immediately. They're still working their way in through lobby. It looks like they're going to go through main, there's lower main down area. So here they come. They're going to end up popping it off. Now there is that level 3 gun they got to deal with. And Eric up top again on Pyro doing a good job denying all these players. They're just trying to run all over the place. High Five loses his life. And Unfortunately, it was a bit of a disaster push. Marmaduke Grills is still in behind, and he could be going for a sneak play, but it's going to be tough. Habib is looking back there. Banny's about to check for Marmaduke Grills, but Marmaduke perfectly times it by mistake. Still ends up going down, so yeah, they didn't do it. Sandblast, they ended up losing that push.
That's fine. I mean, they did only really pretty much lose Marmaduke, but Shade does have a pretty hefty out here. But Garbuglio making his way on the Shade here. Gonna get a big bomb on the Shade. Shade is very low right now. Oh my god, Shade is only like 40 health. The rocket didn't splash on the little ramp. That's insane. Oh no, that's so unfortunate for Garbuglio. But froyotech is gonna make their way through their big door right now. Zitopo just through inside. Dude, he couldn't even make it up to the ledge. Just gets air pipe. But there might be a charity where they're trying to flank through big door. But Swift is already aware of it, that there actually is a cap pulling off from Froyo right now. So I think they're just gonna like relax and just stalemate here.
Yeah, with Banny going down, I don't think they're going to want to continue pushing, especially 4-4 now, 100% Uber charge. So they're looking to spam back and forth. Still 0 rounds on the board in this half. It's a 2-2 game, and we're a ways into this half, so we're continuing the close game. I was a little worried after that first mid it was going to be just a roll from Froyo to make it 5-2, but that has not been the case. Swift have had opportunities to score rounds. They haven't been able to capitalize off it, but now they're sitting on their second, so looking to spam back and forth, slow the game down just a little bit. Eric's up on Sniper, and he's done some work on this class before.
Yeah, he's done excellent on Sniper so far, so I expect nothing less from him. He is trying to get one of the god shots in through choke, so maybe Eric can pull off some crazy stuff peeking through choke. Then he is just now clearing the sticks for him to try and make that way in. I don't think Eric actually going big, so we should get our eyes on Eric here. Might be able to catch off an unsuspecting player. Garbuglio is hitting him though through big doors, so they do know that someone's over there. I just don't know if they know it's a sniper. Saigai actually is going to pretty much shut down Garbuglio immediately. That isn't looking good here for Swift here, because now a lot of room is being made for Eric right now.
Yeah, he's still in this big door area, looking to make this angle. Eric not able to hit it yet. You can tell Swifts, their backs are up against the wall. They don't want to make this angle any easier than it has to be. Marmaduke Grills eats that shot, but in that time, 4-4's managed to get a little bit better of a position, still kind of up against this wall. Blaze could go in for a bomb as well, and Delpo wasn't watching that door, but he managed to deny him anyways. Blaze falls to his death, so not a huge deal with that one. Eric was still peeking forward, but he hasn't died just yet. With Marmaduke going down with the 5-on-5, Blaze dead, the only player right now, so they could get Eric. It's Delpo's doing a lot of spam work, and oh yeah, they totally caught this sniper out here. He shouldn't live, does eventually go down to high 5, so they create themselves a 2-pick advantage. Are they going to do anything with that? It's kind of tough. Blaze coming up off that respawn, but they're all over in this choke area. Oh, and they're going to go drop down. They're going to send their soldier drop down to release.
Yep. Nothing really too crazy besides just Eric getting sacked on and 2 players falling from Swift here. Fanny is going to try and find a kill him. The back line is going to fall down to high 5. Looks like Shade is going to want to try and come here. Sai getting dropped. I can tell he really wants to take an exchange there, but Shade either didn't agree with the call or just didn't use the Uber. But Froyo is going to somehow manage their way to cap the point, but it looks like Swift doesn't want them to cap this point. And this is a huge head-on Uber from Slenders. They're going all in here. They need to find the kill onto someone here. Looks like froyotech is going to try and get Slenders here. Blaze is going to catch him out in the back line behind the point. Delpo, I don't know if you've noticed, just killed off Shade right now, which is huge for the Swift. Right now, Sai is going to try and come in here. Only 74 HP. Can't really jump because he's running the shotty, so he can't really jump in right now and try to get onto 404.
And that was a really well done Uber by Swift. They kind of came in like it was a nothing to lose Uber, and they played it passively enough that 4-4 wasn't in any huge danger. So even if they didn't get anything with that, they were going to lose the point anyways. May as well pop, have a good time of it, and it ends up working out. Now they're going to be able to take the enemy team's mid. They have this momentum to do what they want with it. It is big Uber ad for 4-4 because, as you said, Shade did go down there, so they should be able to get the second point. So really excited from Swift. They should be able to get this one. It might even be another round on the board coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, but Blaze is already in position to try and force the sewer if they come through choke. Swift is going to look to take this right through big door. They're going to use right through immediately. Delpo trying to the shutter.
No.
But Shade gonna fall to Garbuglio and Marmaduke. They're all gonna find kills here. 4-4 still 150. Eric is gonna get owned by Delpo. This has to be a round.
There's 2 alive. I mean, it should be. It's only Banny and Habib. back on this last point. They're going to get some spawns. In fact, they're going to get 3 spawns before any Swift players get into last, so they could wait for their Uber charge, and I think that's what they're going to do. That's probably the good call here. If they were really fast, maybe, but it's definitely the smart play in the situation to pull back on second. They get the Dragon of Blaze as well. Look how aggressive froyotech's being. They're just running forward with Banny. They're going to get Garbuglio, but I'm not sure this is a fight they want to take. They're going to lose Eric as well to Marmaduke Grills up in this top area. Now they still have some high ground. Banny doesn't want to let up. He's trying to put some shots on a 4-4, but he doesn't have that damage capacity, and Marmaduke Grills is going to be pushing him out through river, out through lobby. He's not going to be able to live. And Habib, is he going to survive? Yes, just barely make it back, so he's fine. But again, they've stalled this push up for so long. 65 doesn't matter. Still popping in from 4-4. Again, this Pyro's out. Slem's going down to Blaze. That's good from froyotech, and they need to keep this up. They want to hold this point. Shy Guy and a 1v1 with the high five finally ends up taking him down. Garbuglio all over this middle point. He's gonna be taken down without getting any frags. So disastrous push from Swift once again. They're not able to secure this round, and it's still a 2-2 game.
Yeah, man, the Eric Pyre has been keeping a lot of pressure off Shade. Shade should have gotten killed into a pipe by Delpo, but he actually reflected it back at Delpo, which I'm sure he's not really happy about that. But Froyo is going to just try and edge back in here. Benny is going to fall to the left high five. Shy Guy here looking to bomb here, but Slumdish is still managing, or just now switching back off the sniper from being in forwards. Slumdish just now getting the choke here. Froyo is going to kind of struggling to get him through a choke here. Shade is going to have to pop off the Uber though.
Oh, and they're pushing for it. They want to get 4-4. Oh, if he can't hit that shot. 4-4 with a great surf, though. He's going to be okay. Now healing up Garbuglio. Slumdish and Shy Guy both going to end up dying in the midst of that. Marmaduke Grill's actually still in the back lines. He was fighting some 1v1s with Banny. I think it's still somewhat going on. They're just trying to find each other at the moment. Over on the enemy team's second, though, Garbuglio is losing his life, ends up trading out. Blaze does go down, and Banny lost that 1v1 in the back line, so Marmaduke Grills is coming back. Habib predicts that, but another player goes down. Eric and Shade is not going to live either. These scouts are just pushing forward. High five got that one. Once again, there's 2 players alive on froyotech. We saw this just a couple minutes ago, and Habib, he might not even survive for this one. Slem just gets him. It's only Shy Guy alive, and they just keep crumbling.
Okay, this has to be around for Swift. There's no way this isn't around for Swift. They just killed the entire Froyo team again. Banny is on forwards and snipers, so they need to be careful here to not have 4-4 peek and dot. No one is going to die to Banny, which is a good start. Okay, I stand corrected. He actually just exposed Slumdish. So it is going to be Slumdish is going to be dealing death kit. Doesn't really matter too much, but it is going to give Shade a little bit more time and a little bit more time for that gun to get up. So Shade should have around 70% Uber, maybe 60% when Swift is coming in for the push here.
You've said it 3 times now that this has to be around for Swift. 3rd time's the charm. 55% on Shade. They're looking to push in. They're over on River. They haven't tried this way yet. And again, it's the Pyro. Eric keeps being able to push them back, and this time it's River. It doesn't matter what door they're going in through. There's always a Pyro right there, and he's going to be able to push them back. They get nothing with that Uber charge. Delpo would stop this in the chat. He has had enough with this silly class.
Someone help this man. Delpo needs help. He can't do it all himself. There's just a Pyro stopping him in his tracks while Eric is just air blasting him back and forth. And again, another failed push from Swift. This is going to be a big Uber coming out from Froyo, but no one's going to get called in on it. Marmaduke sitting above choke, going to get taken down by Banny. That's going to be the only casualty of that push there. Well, actually, a back-end play from Garbuglio, not going to be able to get anything off of it. Actually going to fall to Habib. That's not good. No soldiers in the side of Swift right now. But we've seen this again for the past 5 minutes where they get pushed back to their second, re-push with that, kill Shade, and fail the last push. So we're probably going to see that for the 4th time.
Well, we'll see. It is 100% from 4-4, so they're going to come right in onto this middle point, get as many frags as they can to get the demo man. Habib going down early is a really good job by them, and they get Blaze, who was a little caught out, but it looks like the other 4 Froyo members are going to survive as they're already back on second into their own lobby. Eric's hiding, but Garbuglio's going to check that and just walk right back out. Did he not see him? What happened? He's going to lose his life to Eric in the end. Eric does get taken out by Marmaduke Grills on the middle point, but froyotech still pushing in his second point. 100% from Shade. Are they going to go with this sandblast?
I mean, yeah, it's possible. Banny's already doing it. Pushing shutter. Walking forward. On the Slumdish. Probably gonna kill Slumdish. Gonna kill Slumdish. Alright, looks like we're going back to froyotech second here, but 4-4 is gonna manage to still live with his 65% Uber Shade with full ad though. They are gonna get Marmaduke, so this is holdable for Swift here.
Swift are gonna take this middle point off him. So it's just as you said, we're back on froyotech second. It's a back and forth match, and you can't deny that. But eventually, somebody's got to get around. This game has to end before the end of the night, or before tomorrow morning. At the very least, somebody's got to break this last point. And froyotech, they haven't even had too many opportunities on last. They got one really early in this half, but it's mostly been them on the defense on this last point. Garbulo is gonna try to continue that trend, but does die to Banny in that bomb, so not super successful by him. We'll see what the response is from froyotech. It looks like Blaze drop down is gonna be what it is, and 4-4 might be in position to eat that, but no, they know now.
Yeah, the only player that's coming in from Froyo is
never mind.
Plays 2 drop down, gets the force. I'm trying to find Shade. 4-4 is way too low here, but who gets popped off? 4-4 falls. This isn't looking good for our boys over at Swift.
No, it's looking like they're probably going to have to go back to last. Maybe they can put up some sort of fight on second, but not for too much longer. Shade's going to have a big ubercharge advantage here, probably about 40%, if not larger. froyotech already in this big door. They're already pushing people out. Now, Marmaduke Grills is kind of up top, but we'll see if he wants to commit his life to this. With Sundish going down, I don't think he's going to. The smart play is to back off. That's exactly what he's going to do. So now Swift are back on their last. Just as I was saying, with froyotech wasn't having too many opportunities here. 70% from Shade, 30 from 4-4, so that's 40%.
Yep, so high five, or we got the MG on last, Slumnish on the big boot. So it's just going to be around 50 ad for the boys over on Froyo. Probably going to use it, probably going to fail the last push. And we're probably going to have to go through the whole song and dance we just went through. We're on 12 minutes left on the clock here. So here comes the Uber. Habib leading into the along with his best friend Danny here. But we're going to find Eric. Slumdish is going to go down. It's a 5v5 right now. High five going to finally kill the side out of the hot. Half the point is capped. Delpo hitting so many pipes right now. Actually, pretty much owning half the team of Froyo right there. And there it is. A complete failed last push. Called it like that, just like that, Cornpop. And look at this. We've seen this for the 3rd time. Or this will be the 4th time now where Swift is going from their second to Froyo's mid while Shade's dead.
It doesn't even matter who's pushing last. It's just this constant back and forth, back and forth. Gully Wash last is the real winner in this match because it hasn't been taken in like 20 minutes, as he stated. So Erickson is 4th spawn, trying to get some sort of a sneaky snipe out, but it's not going to happen. He eventually takes that back spawn. Wasn't feeling it this time, couldn't get that angle. So middle point back in favor of Swift. We've had so many point changes back and forth, back and forth. Now with 20% on Shade, 100 from 4-4. I mean, they gotta go in, take the second point. Ooh, that's a big one though.
God. This is gonna be another Uber coming off here. Marmaduke, huge rocket from Marmaduke. High five, gonna take him down. Blaze sitting up in river here, gonna get into a 1v1 here with Marmaduke Grill. Marmaduke is gonna get the better of him, but he is gonna live here as well. 3v3 here. With a back captain play here from Eric right now, this is going to force Swift back and relieve the pressure from the combo of froyotech here. Eric going all the way back to Swift's choke, but he is going to have to confront with Garbulo and just absolutely blast him. Banny did just spawn and Eric just went down. So this should be a repush here from Swift, which is exactly what it's going to be. There should be a free second cap. Habib should fall here, but is going to get the trade on Delpo. Or Delpo's going to find the trade rather. Shade just now getting Uber. Shade just accidentally struck. He didn't do that on purpose. He is just 2 frags going to go in favor of Blaze. No, cutting off the entire team. Shade did that on accident. And that's a full wipe by Swift.
Wow, that was really well executed by froyotech, even if you're going to call that a mistake. The overall push was absolutely not, and them taking that middle point, I would say that looks like a round, but you know these teams, you've been watching this match. Marmaduke Grills with the highest bomb I've ever seen in my life, dies to Saigai, and doesn't get anything that time. He's had some crazy good bombs where he's gotten things he absolutely should not have, but not this time, as finally froyotech are able to shut him down. Now, shaded about, it's not even that big of an ad, 30% maybe, 35, so they're still going to want to go with this. They're building quite fast compared to 404, so it's going to be built up to much higher than it otherwise would be, as they're coming in for, probably their 10th attempt into last overall, including both these teams.
Again, maybe we'll see it. Another B flash push after B flash push, but I'm feeling something different about this one. I feel like Froyo is just going to be like, yo, sandblast. We're going to give you a last push, but it's not going to be for the team you want, because I know you want Swift, the underdogs, and here it is. Habib taking the cherry, coming in hot. Swift's gonna get the gun, or Swift's gonna lose their sentry. Hot 5 already back on Scout. I'm just gonna fall on big heavy. Marvin's gonna fall. This isn't looking good for our boys over at 50.
Finally.
Pretty quick round. It only took 21 minutes, and froyotech was finally able to push the last of Swift. Unfortunately, though, we're going to go back to this mid. 9 minutes left in the half here. I'm getting on the Delpo cam. Delpo's going to pop off this mid. I can smell it. He's going to roll out through big door. Going to try and opt to go back up left. Or we're going to go, probably going to take Froyo's right side here. No real aggression from froyotech yet. They're all stuck in their elbow right now. Sai's going to flank underneath the point. 4-4 going to come a beat. But no one's looking at Sai. Wow, that's a sick rocket by Sai though. Slemnish is going to find Blaze and find also Eric as well. Arbulio in his own drop down, extremely weak. This is going to be the mid for Swift rather, but 4-4 did die, so this is going to be a full lap for Shade here.
Yeah, very strange mid. It looked like it was going in favor of Froyo that whole time, but Swift just had that positioning, so they're going to be the ones to cap it off, technically win that mid. Of course, Froyotech going to take it right back out from them, so you can tell Froyotech, they're never going to be able to start this roll on, because every time it seems like they come in dominant win, Swift are able to retaliate. Now they're at about a 70% disadvantage, and that's worrying, but they're going to have Uber for last if it comes to that. Froyotech aren't just bulldozing through them, so already 4-4 is at 50%. They're still sitting at the second point. I don't expect Froyotech to allow the enemy team to get the Uber charge for second. But I mean, crazier things have happened. We could see some big bomb-ins. Marmaduke Grill's going to actually get so pressured on by the enemy 2 soldiers. He's going to end up going down, but Delpo, Saigai, and Habib both ending up dying. Shade has to pop Uber charge off of his players behind him, Garbulio and Slemish. They again have to die for that, but they got that Uber force off, and 4-4 at 95% is going to have hits whenever they want to use it. The problem is there's so many players on last. Why was nobody back there? Nobody went back. Totally had the opportunity to.
They pretty much just got outplayed in like performance, right? From a team standpoint, they did win the mid, but other than that, Froyotech played so smart and so safe and played so conservative around Shade that they weren't in any position going to lose that Uber. But there's still around 7 minutes left in the clock here, boys. So hopefully he's able to pull out 2 quick rounds here. Froyotech is going to take the side of Swift, while Swift takes the side of Froyo here. Delpo running right across point. Delpo onto Shade and Habib. They do so much damage and actually take down Habib and pretty much Shade as well. Both the scouts from Froyotech are the last men standing. It's just Eric and the other team's big door. Slemish 1v1ing Eric right now. He doesn't seem like he's winning this. He does need some help from his team here. Eric are only 4 HP caught in behind. 4-4 did die though towards the tail end of the fight, so he is up in 5 seconds. Eric is behind, so they need to be careful about him. Marmaduke gonna try and get in position to try and kill Eric here. Slemish here to back him up, while Delpo High 5 and Garbulio are already on second, able to secure this point.
Now this is exactly what you want to see from Swift NA. They've come out and they're not just going to roll over. Yes, they're at match point. It's a 4-2 game now, but they can't let them that hurt their spirits. They've been playing such a good game so far, okay? They can't stop now. They still have an opportunity, as you said, 7.5 minutes. If we see rounds like that first one, it's not going to happen, but they can do fast rounds. If we see rounds like that second one, Swift can absolutely tie this game up, take it 5-4. It's not impossible. Here they come, sitting on this middle point. They've got a little bit disadvantage right now, 20, so I doubt they're going to be rolling forward right away. Carpulio is at 1 HP at the moment. I don't even know where he is. He's all the way back in his choke, so he's going to be healing back up, but looks like Marmaduke Grill's coming with his bomb. There's nobody really here. Finally finds Blaze. Can't hit that air shot. I think he's in trouble.
Oh, well, just a little pull. Just look at this man. Look at this man. Just coming in, owning Habib and Blaze. Habib is so low. He's gonna have to get out of the fight here. Shade milking this Uber exponentially, but also gonna lose Danny with it as well. And still not using Uber. That was actually, that's good for him milking it, but losing Banny and Blaze there, I mean, I feel like I thought he was gonna use like about 30 seconds ago.
Froyo aren't just gonna sit on last with 75% Uber advantage, are they? That's not what I'm seeing. No, they're rolling out.
They're not.
Okay. A little worried for a minute because that's almost what it looked like they were doing, but now they're coming over this middle point, second point even. Garbaglio is going to get taken down. Bandy gets the frag on him. Now big bomb in from the 2 soldiers focusing down Delpo. He's not going to be able to live through that one. Marmaduke Grills attempted the same thing, but he wasn't as successful. Shot down by Eric. So really good retaliation from Froyotech. 3 alive on the side of Swift, and they're already back on their second. So Froyotech once again in the driving seat of this game. It's going to be tough for Swift to come back from this. They're just getting their Uber charge now. A big ad, though. They should be able to get this middle point. Eric's in a sticky spot, though.
Yeah, Eric's in the classic bush, but he does have some nice little shades on, so they need to be careful. They might be able to see like that tiny little shimmer there. So I've seen a couple like festive snipers like get exposed because they're and just like and actually no one saw Eric onto 404. The Uber is gonna get popped off. Good play from Eric there. Blaze is gonna fall to Marmaduke while High Five is gonna find Eric in the back line, and now Shade. 80% Uber just acquiring it. No forwards coming out from Froyo, so they might be able to get positioning and force out Shade here. Already sticking up big door. Marmaduke doesn't even die to the trap here, but he did get instantly denied by the shotgun of Psy Guy. And the Uber does get popped off. 404 so low. He's gonna just squeak out with around 20 HP. But again, Slemnish 404 needs to live here. Banny is gonna finally fall to the hand of Delpo. High Five gonna find Shade. Again, we've seen this situation about 5 times for Swift, but Eric in the back line. Wait, Delpo just I swear Delpo cheats, man. I would get 3 stickies by the time Eric's already flanking through choke. This has to be around. There's no way Swift can mess this up. They're going in all through main. They're gonna back up. Probably play the ad here because they do have 65% Uber.
How do they do it? High Five's already in and he gets the frag on a plays. Anyways, 4-4 going down to Psy Guy though. That is a huge one. High Five and Delpo following Marmaduke. Grills. Slemmer's got a little bit of time on point, but who cares? He's not going to be able to cap this point. They're all aware of him. He's just going to get out through a river. I didn't even see what happened, but everybody, Garbuglio also going to die. Is this going to be a full wipe? Slemnish, it looks like it is. Psy Guy with that final frag and everything just crumbled. For sure that was going to be around Sandblast.
They didn't really play around 4-4 enough. Froyotech was able to capitalize off that. There's probably only around 2.5 minutes left in this game, so Froyotech's just going to slow the game down as much as possible, while also keeping up the pressure. So High Five is going to fall here to Banny as well, and this is probably going to be the end of the match here. I don't think that Swift might have another opportunity like they've been having the past couple rounds. That Swift might not be able to keep up with the momentum from Froyo right now. They already are on their second. Garbuglio trying to stop the cap, but can't really do it for much longer. Froyo is just now going to cap mid. Swift falling back to their own last. I think this might be the nail in the coffin for Swift here, Cornpop.
We'll see. Froyotech, of course, if they get this last round, they will win the match in a very long nail-biter back-and-forth series between Swift and Froyotech. 4-4 is at 75% Uber charge, so it's not that big of an ad anymore, and I think they're gonna let them get it here. Froyotech are all up top in river, so either they're not looking to push with this Uber advantage, or they have severely misjudged how large it is. I don't think they're gonna go.
Yeah, this might be it. They do have Ubers, so even though they each have Uber, I don't think like Swift even has enough time to push back here. I would have loved to see, yeah, GGs are being called from High Five. I think they know that it's over. Banny's just egging them on, saying fear. Even though it was a good game, I mean, it was nice. I mean, this was amazing play from both teams here, Cornpop. I'm extremely impressed with how Swift played against Froyo tonight. Again, 2-2 in the half. They weren't able to take around the second half, but just coming down in the last minute of the match. And, so that's it for the boys. They just don't let Froyo get this round. Just let the map time out. Don't let Froyo win this.
It's a pride thing at this point. If you let Froyo get this last round, oh, Shade's on the point. Nobody's turning around on him. I thought they should be fine. It's a medical 1v1, and Marmaduke Girls ends up winning it. So double around with the floor, and I think it's garbage time. Marmaduke Girls.
Wait. No. Don't do it.
The Eric Spy. The Eric Spy is gonna come up and he's gonna win the game. Ready? Watch for it. 4-4 doesn't expect. 4-4 doesn't expect. 4-4 doesn't expect. 4-4 doesn't expect. That's it. 5-2 is the final scoreline. Although it may as well have just been a 4-2. Nobody was serious in that last minutes, but
yeah.
GG's are called and a very good game.
Literally 0 seconds left on the clock. Stats here is what I'm very interested in here, because I'm looking at the boys over at Froyotech. The frags are a little bit in favor of Froyo, 212 to 194. Yeah, over a 200 frag game, which you don't really see too often. One team being over 200 kills across their whole team. Psy Guy, the man of the night, 52 and 25 with pretty much 300 DDM constant, which is pretty awesome. The pocket from Froyo, always alive. This is what I was talking about earlier. Marmaduke was getting a lot of plays on the shade. He ended up with 8 med kills. He only got 2 in the second half. He wasn't really popping off as much as he was, medic-wise. He did go 39 and 45, though. That's the thing. Psy died 20 less times in the pocket of froyotech. Psy putting his foot down. Him and Banny alone have over 100 kills. Like, that's insane. And again, I'm looking at like the scout stats here. Slemnish, I think, kind of got a little burned out. He did extremely well the first half, but ending 27 and 37 wasn't able to keep up the steam, I don't think, unless he just wasn't feeling it towards the last couple rounds. But I mean, honestly, playing that much TF2, I mean, you'd probably get some burnout. But anyway, it was amazing TF2 being played tonight. Everyone from each team played amazing. Everyone had awesome plays. Eric's flank kills, Marmaduke's bombs, outpost pipes. Everything was amazing tonight. Both teams played amazingly tonight, and I'm very, very impressed with how Swift played against the best team in the world right now.
It was a really exciting match, and it just makes me even more excited for the rest of the season and for playoffs when they come around, because Swift have proven themselves to be comparable with the best team in the league. Froyotech, they lost 5-2, or Swift lost 5-2, that is, but man, it was still a very, very close match, and especially that first half. I mean, once they lost that first round in the second half, it kind of started to slip from there, and I think that's 100%, well, not 100%, but a large factor in that was the fatigue. Obviously, I mean, if you came in late, they did play an earlier match tonight against Velocity, which they won 5-1. It was fairly quick, but even still, that first half went for half an hour. That second half basically did as well, so I mean, these guys had to be playing like an hour and a half of straight matches, plus whatever, I mean, scrims they were doing beforehand. So it was a very long night for Swift, and they played very well, and they should be very proud.
They played really well. But anyway, that's going to be it tonight, folks. That was your doubleheader for Swift, pretty much eviscerating Velocity. And then coming in, keeping it extremely close with Froyo the first half, but unfortunately ran out of steam, ran out of momentum, and that was gonna be it there. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the matches tonight. Thank you, Cornpop, for letting me cast with you tonight, and the shout out to Console for hosting camera, getting the views of all the sick air shots. Hopefully we can see them in some frag vids. But anyway, I'm Sandblast. Cornpop's my co-cast, obviously, and we'll see you guys hopefully later this week for some other invite matches.